Have you ever noticed how some women, especially older women, seem so composed, so in control of themselves, as if nothing in the world could make them break that calm exterior? And yet, behind that elegance and confidence, there are moments when even she loses herself. Moments when her emotions, her body, and her heart respond in ways she can't hide. If you've ever wondered what makes an older woman melt, what makes her feel desired beyond measure, then you're about to discover the truth. Before I reveal these secrets, make sure you subscribe to Psychology of Desire, because here we uncover what most men never get to learn, the hidden desires that women never say out loud. Now let's dive in. When we talk about older women losing control, we don't mean chaos or recklessness. We mean those moments when she lets go of her guard, when she stops trying to maintain composure, and instead sereners to attraction, intimacy, and connection. These are rare, vulnerable moments. But if you know the positions, both physical and emotional, that unlock this side of her, you'll witness a side of her that even she doesn't show to the world. So, let's begin. Number 1. The position of emotional safety. This isn't about the body yet. It's about the mind. Older women have lived through experiences, heartbreaks, disappointments, and sometimes even betrayals. Because of that, they value safety above everything else. The first position that makes them lose control is when they feel completely secure with a man. Imagine this. She's sitting across from you, maybe sipping wine, maybe just having a casual conversation. Most men try too hard to impress in moments like this. They brag, they push, they try to perform. But the man who creates emotional safety doesn't rush. He doesn't force. He listens. He notices. He makes her feel like she's the only woman in the room. When a woman, especially an older woman, feels that she is safe with you, her defenses crumble. This is the first position where she loses control. She no longer calculates every word. She laughs freely. She touches your arm without thinking. She begins to reveal her softer, more vulnerable side. And that vulnerability, that's attraction in its purest form. Most men overlook this secret. They believe attraction starts in the body. But the truth is, it starts in her heart, in her emotions. When she feels protected by you, not in a controlling way, but in a way that says, "You're safe here with me. You've already won." And here's where it gets even deeper. An older woman has often built emotional walls to protect herself. So when she lets them fall in your presence, that's her form of losing control. She doesn't plan it. She doesn't force it. It just happens because your presence makes her feel something rare, comfort mixed with excitement. Think about that for a moment. If you can master this first position, emotional safety, then the rest becomes effortless. Because once her heart opens, her body naturally follows. But we're only just beginning. The next positions will reveal even more about how older women surrender to attraction and why these moments feel so powerful. Before we move on, let me ask you, have you ever seen that flicker in her eyes? The look that says she feels safe with you, yet at the same time excited by your presence? That's the moment she's already slipping into the first position of desire. And if you've ever had a woman suddenly touch your hand, laugh in a way that feels completely real, or lean closer without even realizing it, chances are you were already in this secret position. This is where most men fail. They want shortcuts. They want instant results. But women, especially older women, aren't swayed by lines or tricks. They're swayed by presence. Number 2, the position of eye contact and presence. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt the world around you disappear? That moment where no words are spoken, yet so much is being communicated. For older women, this is one of the most irresistible positions of attraction. Why? Because eye contact isn't just about looking, it's about being seen. And older women, more than anyone, crave to be seen for who they really are. Think about it. She's had years of men making assumptions about her, categorizing her, or only noticing the surface. But when you hold her gaze without rushing, without looking away, you tell her silently, "I see you, I notice you, you matter to me right now." That kind of presence makes her lose control. She may try to look away, but something pulls her eyes back to yours. Her breath changes. She starts to fidget slightly, not because she's uncomfortable, but because that intensity is overwhelming. Here's where most men get it wrong. They mistake eye contact for a stare, or worse, they look at her in a way that feels invasive. That breaks the spell. True presence isn't about forcing, it's about soft strength, a calm steadiness in your eyes that says, I'm here with you fully. Now picture this. You're sitting close. Maybe the conversation has slowed, and you simply let your eyes rest on hers. Not demanding, not desperate, just steady. That's when she feels something stirring inside. Her heart races a little faster. Her mind begins to quiet, and suddenly, she's no longer in control. Attraction is no longer a choice. It's a response. And here's the deeper truth. When a woman locks into the second position with you, she starts to imagine. Eye contact creates a spark of intimacy that her mind fills in with desire. She begins to wonder, what would it feel like to be closer to him? What would it feel like if he touched me? What would it feel like to let go completely? That's why. Eye contact is so dangerous, so powerful, because it bypasses logic and speaks straight to her emotions. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever had a moment where a woman held your gaze longer than usual? Did you notice how everything shifted in that instant? That was no accident. That was her slipping into the second secret position, the position of magnetic presence. Older women in particular crave this because it separates boys from men. Younger men often get distracted. They check their phones, they glance around the room, they lose focus. But a man who holds his presence firmly, who gives her the gift of full attention, unlocks a level of desire she rarely experiences. And let's be honest, most women, especially as they get older, are starved for this. They're surrounded by people who are busy, who don't truly listen, who don't truly see them. But when you enter this space with her, she feels alive again. She feels desired again. And that's when she loses her composure, even if just for a second. Think about how powerful that is. You're not doing anything flashy. You're not performing tricks. You're not even speaking. You're simply present. And that presence is intoxicating. Now, here's something important. This isn't about intensity all the time. Presence doesn't mean staring into her soul nonstop. It means moments of quiet intensity balanced with ease. You lock eyes, she feels it. Then you gently break it with a smile or a laugh or a casual shift. That rhythm is what makes it irresistible. It's like a dance. Too much intensity and it feels heavy. Too little and it feels like nothing. But when you strike the right balance, you create waves of attraction that sweep her off her feet. And this is why I call it a position not just of the body, but of energy. When your energy is steady, calm, and focused on her, she feels like she's the center of your world. And in that moment, she loses control. Not because you forced her to, but because she wants to. Number 3, the position of subtle touch. Now let's be honest, touch is powerful. It bypasses thought and dives straight into feeling. For older women, this is the position where composure often cracks. And the surprising truth, it's not about being bold. It's not about sweeping gestures or dramatic moves. It's the subtle touches that send her heart racing. Think about it this way. A touch is like a whisper to her nervous system. It tells her things that words cannot. And older women who've experienced surface-level affection countless times know how to recognize when a touch carries meaning. It could be as simple as brushing your hand across hers when you pass her something. It could be the light contact of your palm on the small of her back as you guide her through a doorway, or even a playful tap on her arm when she laughs. These moments are small, but they're loaded. Why? Because they break the barrier between just a conversation and something more. That one spark of physical connection tells her subconscious, he's not just talking to me, he's reaching me. And here's where the magic happens. When a touch feels both natural and intentional, she begins to feel it in more than one place. Not just in her skin, but in her chest, in her breath, even in her imagination. She loses a little control because her body is responding faster than her mind can catch up. Now, here's the key. The power of subtle touch lies in restraint. You don't overwhelm her. You don't rush. You allow those small touches to linger in her memory, not on her skin, because it's not the duration of the touch that matters. It's the meaning behind it. Older women especially are finely tuned to this. They know the difference between careless contact and deliberate touch. And when they feel that deliberate care, it flips a switch inside them. Picture this. She's telling you a story and you rest your hand gently on her arm for just a moment, looking into her eyes as you listen. That simple act tells her you're not only paying attention, you're connecting. And the second you pull away, She feels the absence of your touch even more strongly than the touch itself. That's when desire builds because the body longs for what it just tasted. And here's something most men miss. Women aren't always waiting for a grand move. Sometimes they want the anticipation more than the action. Older women especially, because anticipation is where their imagination takes over, and imagination is where true attraction grows. Now let's dive deeper. Subtle touch isn't just about hands. It's about creating micro moments of connection that remind her of your presence. Maybe your knee brushes against hers while sitting close. Maybe you lean in slightly, close enough that your shoulder grazes hers. These are small, nearly invisible touches to the outside world, but to her, they are lightning strikes. And do you know what makes this so irresistible? It's the contrast. When you can shift from moments of pure presence, like strong eye contact, into moments of subtle physical touch, she experiences a roller coaster of feelings. She doesn't just feel attraction, she feels swept up in something she can't fully explain. Older women lose control here because subtle touch reawakens a part of them they thought was forgotten. It reminds them of butterflies, of rushes, of adrenaline, of desire that feels both exciting and safe. But I'll share with you a golden rule. The secret is not in the touch itself, but in the timing. Touch too early and it feels forced. Touch too late and the moment passes. But when you time it right, when you let the energy build naturally, and then you let your hand connect just enough, it feels fated. It feels like it had to happen. That's why this is secret number 3. It's about awareness, reading her body language, feeling the rhythm of the moment, letting your touch feel like the natural continuation of your presence. And here's the best part. When she feels this, she doesn't just react physically. She reacts emotionally. Her walls lower, her confidence shifts, and she begins to lean in closer without even realizing it. That's when you know you've unlocked something deeper. Number 4, the position of leadership and surrender. Now listen carefully because this is where everything comes together. Older women are often seen as strong, independent, and in control. And the truth? They are. Many of them have carried the weight of responsibilities, family, career, relationships on their shoulders for decades. They're used to being the one who makes decisions, solves problems, and takes care of everyone else. But here's what most men don't realize. Deep inside, even the strongest woman craves a moment where she can let go, where she doesn't have to lead, where she can surrender, not because she's weak, but because she finally trusts someone strong enough to guide her. This is why leadership is the final position. And leadership doesn't mean dominance in a cold or harsh way. It doesn't mean controlling her. It means guiding her with confidence. It means creating a space where she feels safe enough to relax into you. Think about it like a dance. When two people dance, one leads and one follows. Not because one is stronger or better, but because that's how the dance flows. If both try to lead, the rhythm breaks. If neither leads, there's chaos. But when a man leads with confidence, the woman feels free to move, to follow, to surrender to the flow. Older women lose control here because it touches something rare in their lives, the chance to stop controlling everything, the chance to trust a man enough to lean back and feel held. Now, let's break this down into everyday reality. Leadership can be as simple as saying, "Let's go here tonight. I'll take care of it." It can be reaching for her hand first, guiding her through a crowded room. It can be wrapping your arm around her shoulders in a way that says, "I've got you." Older women, perhaps more than anyone, understand the value of this. They've been strong for so long. And when you give them the gift of being able to soften, they lose control. Not in a chaotic way, but in a freeing way. Now don't misunderstand. Leadership doesn't mean arrogance. It doesn't mean ignoring her wants. True leadership is rooted in awareness. It's reading her signals, knowing when to guide and when to step back. It's about moving with her, not against her. And that's why this secret is so irresistible. Because when you can embody both strength and sensitivity, confidence and care, she feels something rare, balance. It's in that balance where passion grows. Imagine this. She's been holding herself together all day, strong for everyone else. Then she's with you. You take the lead not by force, but by presence. You make her feel safe, desired, and free. And in that moment, she lets go. She surrenders. And that's when she truly loses control in the best possible way. So the next time you're with her, remember attraction isn't about trying too hard. It's about being present, being aware, and guiding her into moments where she feels free to let go. That's when she loses control. That's when she desires you. And that's when you stop being just another guy and become the man she can't forget. But before you go, let me leave you with this. If these secrets resonated with you, imagine what else you could discover. Because here at Psychology of Desire, we go deeper than surface-level dating advice. We reveal the hidden psychology of attraction, connection, and desire. So take a second right now, hit that subscribe button, not tomorrow, not later, right now. Because the next video might just be the one that changes everything for you. Remember, older women lose control in these 4 positions not because of tricks, but because of how you make them feel. Master these and you'll never be forgotten.